Long ago in the Never Empire, during the reign of Emperor Lavador, Lavador's like Prince Herobrine and Princess Lunia had a son named Vocanon. Draken told them that that child's birth would mean that Lavador was gonna someday be destroyed by one of his own, and that the child would be the protector of the whole entire empire. Everything went good for the first 9 years of Vocanon's life. When Vocanon was 1, he gained the name Vocanon, as what Drakian told Herobrine to name Vocanon. But sadly, that era of peace would not last. It was a rainy day. People did not understand what was going to occur. Prince Thomas raided the castle and sieged the castle and destroyed all of the armies. And he threatened to kill Vocanon's family. But then Lavador used up the last of his volcanic and tectonic activity to let his children and their children escape to safety. But before Vocanon could lead to safety, he witnessed Thomas swinging a sword and slicing the head off of Lavador. Lavador's last words were, God has a purpose for all of these bad things. Do not give up, Vocanon. Do not give up. Then Vocanon's family successfully escaped to the moon, to their planet's moon, from which they went to Draken's planet to escape. Meanwhile, the Never Empire was oppressed. There was mass poverty, mass devastation. It was like a dictatorship. But meanwhile, on Draken's planet, young Vocanon, who is now 12, was discovering his power. Draken taught him how to control fire abilities and how to use that. There, Vocanon also learned how to use guns and weapons and swords and utensils in order to fight his enemies. He also learned stealth tactics. But then, by the time when Vocanon was 18, he had figured out how to use fire, basic fire, and manipulate fire, and use it to help with his gun attack using guns. But then it was finally time for the Never Empire to be healed, it was time for the Empire to be taken back. There was many divisions that were made of like the resistance fighting combined with Draken's powerful army. Vocanon was the leader of like a stealth division, like a sniper division. He was leading it over a hill, over in a forest, until crash, boom, Vocanon fell into the ruins of his ancestor. And then Vocanon saw an ancient sword. He saw a sword and he said, that's interesting. I'll see what the sword is doing there. And he picked it up and pulled it out, and then, let's see what happened. Vocanon to the next volcanic and tectonic guardian. Vocanon. Yay. You who are hearing this message, you are the next guardian of volcanic and tectonic activity. Vocanon will be the most powerful guardian of volcanic and tectonic activity ever. After Vocanon heard that message, he was surprised. He finally figured out, actually, like, after he picked up his sword, he actually figured out how to use his ability of using basic quakes. But then eventually Vocanon found the way out of like the ruins, and he then met up with his army, and then the Empire made a lot of the resistant fighting made a lot of progress to take back the Never Empire. But then, see, long ago, like there was a legend of how Never Empire was going to be saved. But Vocanon's greatest challenge was still up ahead. Vocanon, while running into the Empire, running like the reconnaissance mission to take back the Empire. Let's just say, like, he broke into like the throne room, and his uncle, Vocanon realized that something was off about his uncle. His uncle was crazy. His eyes were completely black. He was acting like an animal. And was doing all kinds of things. Vocanon and Thomas tried to kill Vocanon, but Vocanon picked up his sword and used basic fighting, but the truth is, Vocanon was killed. But the story does not end there. After Vocanon was destroyed of it, like he met up with he met the true one, the Lord. And from then, Vocanon was given like the ability to come back after being destroyed. And after that, Vocanon was able to access his foe, to access volcanic and tectonic activity powers. and then this is like after he came back, his body he came back out at nowhere, just like out of a volcanic fissure, in a molten form. And he quickly found where his uncle was, and his uncle could not stand a chance against him. Vocanon, and then Vocanon's uncle felt the true presence. That's inside Vocanon. It's like, and like some different forces inside there was like,
Please, why do you want to cast us out? Don't cast us out. We do not want to.
And then Vocanon said, in the name of the true Lord, be gone.
No.
Then like that evil force vanished and left, and then like Thomas, he fell over and he started crying. He said, "What have I done? I never meant for this to happen. So what have I done? How have I made his empire?" And he said to Vocanon, exile me, send me away, destroy me now." But then Vocanon realized the truth. And this is all of the volcanic story for now. The end. For now. To be continued.